Welcome to This Week in Colorado Soccer. Eric Floney alongside head coach Danny Sanchez and the hardest guy in town to get, Seth Pringle, finally joining the show.
His calendar is full, so we feel honored he's here.
Yes, he probably works. Of all of us, he has the most work.
The bar's set low, Eric.
Oh, of course. 100%.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Yeah, so welcome to the show, Seth. Seth will keep us honest, at least, I think, and probably bring a lot more stats to the show.
Yeah, that's the plan.
Yeah,
that's why he's
right.
here.
We'll see how it goes. New Mexico State came to town, 4-1 win, and then, of course, Wyoming on the weekend, a 2-1 victory. Just take us through the games and what you saw. Seth, if you have any stats, please feel free to chime in.
Well, I think Seth can update kind of where we sit nationally with some of our players, but we came out fast against New Mexico State like we wanted to. A great early goal, Emerson, great serve, Jace, a world-class header, we're up 1-0. We get another one, Hope adds to our tally, Hope adds again to our tally. So we're up 3-0 at halftime and playing pretty well, but there were some signs at the end of the first half that maybe weren't quite clicking. Beginning of the second half, we just came out a little stagnant. We made a bunch of subs, kind of mixed things up, and to credit to Mexico State, they got a goal, and deservedly so, with about a minute to go. But like I told Seth after the match, I don't think it was a coincidence. The second they scored, we went right down, got a corner kick, won a penalty, and then Ava Priest scored with 9 seconds to go. Good win at the end of the day, but a little disappointing in the second half with how we played, but we won 4-1.
And of course, it's almost like back to reality, but then, of course, the Wyoming match, 2-1. No goals aplenty, but there were a lot of distractions. We had in and out there. There was a mechanical bull.
And I do want to say what a turnout. 15 close to 1,500 fans, supporters. Yeah, I'm sure the mechanical bull and the free in and out helped. And doubles for the
doubles. Yeah.
There
was 500 fans.
It was impressive. We have decided not to send my pre-game speech to the Smithsonian since Wyoming scored 25 seconds into the match. So it wasn't exactly the start the Buffs were looking for, but proud of how we bounced back. It was the first time we faced a little bit of adversity this year, Eric. First time we were losing, first time things didn't kind of go our way. Credit to Wyoming. They played well. I thought we played well after that. Get in the second half, pressuring, but then you start looking at the clock. And you're like, well, is this going to happen? Well, Jace makes a great run down the flank, crosses to Emerson, ball pops it back out to Jace. She buries a 1-1. You can almost see the weight come off our shoulders a little bit. We're pressing, but now we've got 8 minutes left to go in the game. We win a long throw, we get a shot, ball pops out to Jordy, she puts it in, and kind of almost like a Emerson to Reagan, back to Emerson, back to Reagan, and then Reagan leaves her feet and gets the game winner with 8 minutes to go. So a 2-1 win, and deservedly so. I'll say more than it's not, but deservedly so. But credit to Wyoming, I thought they played really well.
Second fastest goal conceded by the Buffs. Seth, can you confirm or deny?
I can confirm. Yeah, it was. I mean, I had barely sat down, and it was.
Yeah, and it was the fastest goal in Wyoming history. Yeah. Which means that the 4 years that you were in Laramie, you did not score.
It was the fastest they scored.
It's
one of the fastest we've given up. Well, if you're gonna go all in on records, and we're gonna have Seth here, let's go ahead and do it. But like I said, I'm pleased with how we bounced back, and we finished the homestand undefeated, 5-0-1 before we head out on the road.
Yeah, long homestand, and finally going to get a taste of the road. Obviously, good opportunity for the team to kind of gel and be in a different environment, and you're headed off to Wisconsin this weekend for a match on Sunday. We'll all be back here working some football against Delaware, but talk a little bit about the trip, talk a little bit about what you're looking forward to, and then obviously preview the match for us.
Yeah, I mean, Wisconsin's 4-1. They dropped a match on the road to LSU, but they're receiving votes in the top 25, but they've been top 15, top 20 all season, and deservedly so. They have an All-American center back who's big time. They don't give up a lot. They've only given up a goal this year, I believe. Seth, is that correct?
I think it's 2.
2 goals. Well, not a lot. That's why Seth's here. But not a lot. But not only the fact, 2 goals. Gave one to Milwaukee as well, but not a lot of chances. So we're going to have to be really efficient going forward. But we're excited to get to Madison. It's an easy flight from Denver. They'll return in 2027. So we love getting home and aways with these Power Fours. And they're well coached. And in the Sweet 16 last year, where they dropped a tough match to USC. And USC lost Wake Forest the next match. So it's a very good team that's very well coached. That's going to be very difficult to score on. So the Buffs are going to have to be at their best. But it's our only match of the week, so we're able to prepare this week, work hard in training, and get everybody ready to go.
It's interesting because I was looking at the Wisconsin schedule, and it looks like our old schedule. They've got USC, UCLA, like they're playing
Oregon,
all the,
Washington, yeah.
and then they've got all the Big Ten schools that are traditionally good, and it's like I'm looking at that and I go, that's murderer's row of a schedule right there. And they're playing Michigan State, which the Buffs played, and it looked insane, and I was like, wow.
Yeah, and it's and I think they're looking at this match like we are. You only get so many shots in non-conference to get big kind of non-conference wins, and we got the draw with Michigan State. I think at the end of the day they'll be an NCAA tournament team, and Wisconsin will be as well. So it's a great opportunity for us before we come back next week, kind of for our derby match with Denver. We'll talk about that on next week's show. But we're excited to get out there. It's going to be a little chillier, which is nice, but the weather's going to be really good. Football's there on Saturday, so we're encouraging all the Wisconsin players to go to football and have a good time and stay on their feet and so forth. But I'm sure they're too smart for that. But we're excited to get there and kind of test ourselves against a top 25 program.
All right. Well, good luck this weekend, Seth. How did we do?
I think we're good. Just a couple notes. With the goal scoring numbers, we're at 26 goals this season. And, it's just 5 away from all of last year's total. If you remember, we went through a little bit of a scoreless drought and some draws last year. So, Jace and Hope kind of leading the way, both number 1 in the nation in points with 18. So,
we've shown we can score goals. Now, can we score goals against a team like Wisconsin? I think that's going to be the test for us this week. I think we can. We're confident that the group's in a great place, Eric. And feeling good about themselves, which they should. I think sometimes as a coach, you're always kind of looking for, this and the 2-1 and Wyoming losing. At the end of the day, you play the game to win. And we've won the games, but I still think we've left some goals and we've given up some goals maybe we shouldn't have. So we still have plenty of room for improvement, but we're really pleased with the group and the leadership and everything with it.
All right. Well, good luck this weekend in Wisconsin. And, of course, Seth, thanks for joining the show. Finally.
There we go,
Good
Seth.
Lord. Jeez. All right. Well, as always, you can follow Buffs all season long, cubuffs.com/soccer. And we'll see you next week.